These pictures I took, some of them I took yesterday, and some I took maybe a couple months ago now. And some of them are going to be great, I think good, and a couple of them are going to be not so good. All right, starting with this one here on the left. This one my daughter took, and she likes the sky. That's her new thing now to take pictures of. So if we reset all the settings on here, that's what it looked like. This was taken with, I think, this was taken with the, it looks like, I don't know which lens this is. Oh yeah, here we go. 85 mil 1.8 with the A7R5. It's a reasonable price Sony lens, but I like it because it's kind of bright, 1.8, so it's reasonably suitable for low light situations. All right, so let's see what we can get out of this one. We can, I just like to start with auto just to see what I got. Then if we turn the highlights down, increase the contrast a little bit. And can we saturate this a little bit more? If we select specific colors, let's select the sky. Now this is nighttime, by the way, you know. This is nighttime. And it still looks this good. Okay, so it can't because there's not enough information, so it can't select this color. It's not going to be so good. But this is nighttime. You can see a star right there. So again, this is before and after. Not so bad. This one, that's the moon right there. What's the setting on this one? This is ISO 1250. It's a prime lens. It's always going to say 85 mil for the first three pictures. 1.8, 1/6 of a second. Now, it might be a little bit blurry because I didn't have a tripod with me. I didn't go to the park to take pictures of the moon, but it was so beautiful. So I kind of braced it against a fence. And this is not the best of the lot of the moon. The better one is coming up right after this one here. But let's see what we can get out of this regardless. So you can see it's severely underexposed, mainly because it's nighttime and there's not much light. So all these areas are registered as dark with the exception of here. So if we do auto, that looks nice. That looks real nice. Okay, let's see if we can get the shape of the moon back. And we do. That looks real nice. That looks real nice. Now it doesn't replicate what it looked like on the night, but it still looks good. There's a lot of information that was recaptured because this was, you could see this is dark, right? So all the leaves here and the trees in the background still looks pretty good. Now we can make the sky a little bit bluer if we select this one. I think that's good. Can make it a little bit bright, and now it's too blue. And then if we drop the shadows, the blacks down a little bit, I kind of like that. I do. Kind of like that. All right, the one I like, this is the one I like the most of the night, with the exception of the street light making this part too bright here. So obviously I couldn't knock out the street light, but this is the only bit that I don't like about the shot. Aside from it, if we can crop it, say to here, I kind of like this. I do. All right, let's see what we can do with this here. We can, so before, that's what it looked like. And that's it with the settings that Lightroom chose. So if we brought that down, brought the whites down to get the shape of the moon, that looks real cool. There's a lot going on though. I'm still working on my composition because there's too much going on. Yes, it was a pretty evening and there was a lot to look at, but I still believe I include too much in these pictures. So if an observer is looking at this, they wouldn't know what to focus on. Obviously, the moon is the brightest thing on here, but why is this flag here? You know, why is this other flag here? How many flags do we need in it? And is it just the 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 reception area, or is it the tree that's balanced in the picture? Not quite sure. So I'm working on my composition, but I still think it was a reasonably good photograph. Not a great picture, but reasonably good one. All right, this one I took in Iceland, and this was taken with 70 to 350 variable aperture with the same camera. This is 1/500 of a second, ISO 50, and it was a bright day, so I didn't have to. I could lower the ISO, and it's still low. Let me see if it's underexposed. A little bit underexposed. Let's see what Lightroom can do. That looks nice. Now I don't know what's going on in the foreground here. I don't know that that's necessary. In my opinion, it kind of detracts from the bird. I wish I had gone closer or zoomed in or got it from a different angle. But I was afraid it was going to fly away. So I wouldn't do much with this really. I wouldn't. Let me see if I could. No, I wouldn't do much with this. I think I like this. I like this as is. Maybe we could select the purple and make it a little bit more purple. Let's see what we can do. Purple, blue, I don't know. Let's see. That's too much. That's too much. That's fine. What about the green? Can we make the green more green? Yes, we can. Okay. Then can we make the black a little bit? Oh, nope, it won't take that. It does not like the black at all. How about this gray? Nope, it won't take that either. Yeah, I kind of like this as is. If we select the subject, I actually did it pretty well there. And raise the exposure just, no, that's fine. Increase the contrast, that's good. And the highlights we can drop a little bit. And the shadows, no, that's fine. That's actually what it looked like, so it's fine. And then I actually think that's a good picture right there. Not too bad. All right, this one was, I was trying to get the waterfalls in the background. This is a not so big waterfalls, but this is some distance away. I'm going to say about maybe 100 meters away from the waterfalls. So I got these flowers in the foreground and the waterfalls in the background. Underexposed, as you can tell. I mean, I don't know. Well, most of the graph is on the left side, so it's a little bit underexposed. But let's see if we can raise this up a little bit. You can see the graph changes there. And that might be a little bit too bright. A little bit too bright. Yeah, it's not too bad. And if we increase the saturation on the overall image, it's not too bad. And increase the contrast a little bit. And then we can raise the shadows. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it wasn't a great picture. Again, here's the thing I'm still practicing. The shot is just too busy. Yes, the flowers are pretty and there's a waterfall, so it has the ingredients of a good picture, but there's just too much going on, in my opinion. So this is pretty, yeah, but the obviously I was trying to focus on the flowers, but I should have just picked a couple flowers and just zoomed in on that kind of, because even though if I crop in, it looks like the camera was focused here, but then it's way over to this side. So I should have used point focus on the camera and just zeroed in on one or two branches of flowers. All right, moving on to the next one. This one wasn't too bad. I was trying to creep up on this little bugger. It was coming closer to me and I was going closer to it. This was at 350 millimeters, so right at the very end of the zoom range. f 6.3 1500, ISO 800. So it was evening time right now. So it's still underexposed, but I don't want to go up too high on the ISO. So that doesn't look too bad. And if we drop the highlights a little bit, because here it's kind of blown out, I think that looks real good. I don't mind that at all. And if we select subject here, actually that's pretty good. And then just raise that and drop the blacks. Drop the highlights even more. Doesn't look too bad. And then let's see if we can, what can we do to reduce the noise? Here we go. Lightroom has this denoise function. Let's see what it can do to reduce the noise. And when you click this, it's going to give you a preview of what you're going to get. This is where I really want to reduce the noise, right there. That looks incredible already. All right, so let's do it. You can see it working here at the top. Let's see what the picture looks like after. This is a beautiful day though at the beach. There's a beach back here, so, and it was low tide, so the birds are just hanging out right here. And I just kind of made friends with this one. This is a trip I really enjoyed, and I think it's nice because if you go by yourself, then you can take your time and enjoy things more than if you're with somebody else. All right, so that looks pretty good. I like that. All right, this other one I really liked. Now, the thing that stands out here is it didn't look this rotated to me on the day, but it does look rotated. And these are just mountains in the background, and this is about 11:30 p.m. So in the Iceland summer, I didn't know it's the sun set that late. So first thing I would do is straighten that a little bit. That looks better. Let's see what Lightroom does. Okay, that looks cool. Now we're not gonna get the colors of the um, the bushes and the forestry of the mountains, because that's not the point. And it's also going to be real hard. Even if you increase the exposure, you're not going to get it. The point of this was to get the sunset and the reflection of the sun leading up to it, and the silhouette of the mountains in the foreground. I think I kind of captured that reasonably well. There's a little lens flare here, and I wish I had gotten more of the sky. Right? I wish I'd gotten more of the sky and less of the water, because I mean, how much more reflection do I need to include? But aside from that, I think it's a reasonably good picture. I wouldn't even do anything about it. I actually printed this out and I have it up on my wall. And this is pretty cool. I like this one. I like this one. I like the color palette with different shades of black and brown, and then just the sun illuminating the whole thing. Really cool. All right, now this bug I got two pictures of. And the sun had gone down now. I was just hanging out. There were mosquitoes everywhere. But I saw this little bird some distance away, and I was trying to get it. I think this was at the end of the zoom range. Yep, this was at 350 millimeters. And now I'm at ISO, it's a whole heap here, maybe 1280, I think. It's, yeah, 1280. Not 128, I don't think. And then 1/4000 of a second. So I could have used a shorter time and gotten a brighter image, because if I check the graph, it's going to be severely underexposed. So it's going to be noisy once I try to fix the exposure. Now the beautiful thing about Lightroom and a bunch of other applications, when you hit denoise, you can clean that up some bit. It's not going to work miracles. It's not going to work miracles. So it's not going to be a great picture at the end. But I wish I had had the foresight to use a shorter exposure time, get more light in the camera, then it wouldn't be this noisy. I wouldn't have to use such a high ISO. And I did have a tripod, but I guess by the time I set that up, the bird would have flown away because they were watching me the whole time. And they make these strange noises when they're watching you. All right, let's see what it does. So let's see. Jesus mercy. Let's go. What? What? I didn't expect it to be that good. That is crazy. Wow. Let me undo that. Oh my God. That is crazy. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. So that's what it looked like before. That's what it looked like now. That's crazy. Wow, that's incredible. Wow. Incredible. All right. This one here, it was close to where this was, I think. And I saw the same, was it the same? Yep, it's the same piece of part of a wooden fence. And it's the same bit, but I just changed the angle a little bit. And I wanted to get this guy's silhouette. I think it was the same bird, but right at the sunset. So all of this is being filled by the sun, but it didn't work out because I couldn't get the angle right. And as I got closer, it just flew away. But let's see what we can do. Yeah, it's gonna be trash. And even if we select, I think I tried to edit this before. If we select the subject and raise the exposure, actually that's not too bad. But then it's, I don't know what the point of this bit back here is now, because now that we have the bird nice with detail, what is the point of the rest of it? No one can tell what it is. If someone looks at this picture, it just looks like it was taken without much thought, without much intention. In any case, let's see what we can do with the denoise. And if we just do denoise, it's doing its business here. Man, that's just nice way to clean that up. Let's see what it does with this one. And it works really quickly. I mean, it's gonna depend on a bunch of things, but it seems to work quickly every time I try to use it. All right, let's see what it says. Not much difference really. All right, so that's a interesting idea, vaguely, but the results don't really reflect that. All right, and then I took a bunch of pictures of mountainsides because I thought it was just awesome to see the grass green in the foreground, and then there's actually snow in the hills, and it was just so nice to watch this going on here. So if we, so it was severely underexposed, and if we do auto, that's kind of what it looked like on the day. And that's not too bad. Now a lot can be done with this. If we increase the contrast, and if you raise the exposure, and if we increase the saturation, select a color, raise that, and select the mountainside, and select the sky. Nope, it's not gonna work. Let me see, sky. Yeah, we got the sky. It's not too bad. Then we do, yes, that's not too bad. Now, I'm working on this. I'm not satisfied with and this was late evening, by the way. I'm close tonight. I'm not satisfied with how busy this is. There's a lot going on, and it's barely, barely interesting with the road curving this way. I took a lot of shots of the road. But then what is the point? What is it leading to? What's the subject of the picture? Not too sure. It was beautiful though. I didn't want to pass it up, so I figured a picture is better than no picture at all. And the last picture is of my cat. Now, she doesn't mind her picture being taken. She also doesn't mind just me hanging out with her. So this was with a macro lens. I think it's a 90 millimeter f2.8 wide open. I 320 of a second, ISO 320, and it's right up there. You can see the reflection of a window right in there. I did not use a flash. Let's see what we can get out of auto. That looks pretty good. That looks real good. I like that. I do like that. I do like that. I wouldn't do much with this at all. I would not do much with this at all. Because that is kind of the color of her fur. Yeah, that is the color of her fur. So I wouldn't mess with that at all. Let me see if I could make this a little bit wider. That looks good. Yeah, I actually wouldn't mess with that because the point of this picture is her eye. That's what I wanted to get. And I think that looks pretty cool. All right, so of my favorites here would be this one, even though this one just looks pretty, but the point of it is, this one for sure. This one I kind of like, satisfied with it. This one was a little disappointing, but it's still interesting, vaguely. And then this one's not too bad. We can do a little noise reduction on this one too. Let's see what that does. This is where it should really shine because there's a lot of noise in here. And as it does its business, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. So this is zoomed in. Should give us a clearer, cleaner picture. Taking a long time for this. I wonder why. Just as I said it, did it quickly. All right, so it's almost done, about halfway through. We'll see. What can we see in here? We can see a star. I think that's a star, not a satellite. See another star over here. Let's see, what does it do for noise reduction? Prior to the update, you would have to do it manually in Lightroom, but now they just make it automatic. Okay, so let's see. Oh my God, that is significantly better. That is significantly better. Incredible. All right, cool.